Yeah, please just hang on. I'm trying to make one or two changes. Then we'll move on. Sorry. Okay, why making the changes? In trading, several things affect the price of an asset, right? Several things. And those things are divided into two, basically into two, fundamental and technical analysis. So technical analysis are those technical details that could affect the price of a digital asset, right? I'll give you some examples, and then I'll give you a link to a course to get the full details, right? This class is just for introduction. How do I fix this? Just bear with me, guys. I'm trying to fix something really, really important right here. Hmm. Okay. All right, Mr. Joe, please, is there any FTX? Is FTX on TradingView? Oh, okay, okay. Now, just hold on, guys. I'm trying to fix something. Let's see. Search for FTX. FTX. Oh, yeah, same. All right, guys, we are ready. Boom, we're here. Oh, yeah, welcome back. So I was saying two things affect the price of assets, and they're divided into two. Uh, I say several things affect the price of assets. They're divided into two: fundamental and technical analysis. Fundamental analysis is what I will start with because I believe more from my personal experience that fundamental analysis has more impact on the price of assets than technical analysis. So I will put more attention into fundamental analysis, and then I'll also talk about technical analysis and tell you why I believe more in fundamental analysis. So if you're not joining us, welcome to our second trading class, proudly sponsored and powered by FCX. So FTX is a trading platform for cryptocurrencies and blockchain and cryptocurrencies and some other digital assets. If you don't have an account, I'll be dropping a link in the comment section so you can open an account, or Mr. Juwon will drop a link so you can open an FTX account. First time Sanwo Digital is just coming for the first time. Wish I had a bell here to ring for you. So welcome. Today we're teaching about, we've talked about cryptocurrency introduction already, and today's class will be about technical and fundamental analysis. So moving on, digital asset trading classes, digital asset trading are very, very manipulative, meaning anyone can control the price at any time. Anyone can control the price at any time. I'll give you a personal example. Around February, March, when this whole, let me see if I can move to February, March. I have to change it to 1 day, I guess. Now, to open a trading account on FTX, you just go to ftx.com and then you'll be able to open an account there. And then also do well to join the Telegram channel. The Telegram channel is in the chat section below. Now, let me show you guys something about fundamental analysis. Right, so prices of assets are controlled by people. They don't have a mind of their own yet. At least machine learning have not gotten to that level, where Bitcoin will be like, hey, I don't want to go below $10,000. Or Bitcoin will be like, hey, I want to stay above $12,000. Right now, they are being controlled by companies or single individuals or group of persons, right? And for smaller digital assets, they have what is called pump and dump, where a group of persons, actually pump and dump is easy to do, right? Not as easy as I'm saying it, but if you understand how the market works, if you understand how the prices of assets can be manipulated, you can easily do that. So I think I'll briefly show us that so that it's easy for us to understand what I'm trying to say. If you've gone through my cryptocurrency course, what I want to say should not be new to you, but for the benefit of those that are coming for the first time, I'm going to explain this. And once I explain this, you should be able to understand how pump and dump works, right? So the fact that the price of a digital asset is going up doesn't really mean that that digital asset is legit, right? It does also mean it's bad, but you just need to know what you're doing, when to get in, when to get out, right? So if you've gone to my class before, you should know how the price of Bitcoin is gotten, or price of any of these assets are gotten. It's very simple. So it's just by taking the market capitalization and dividing it by the circulating supply, right? I think in one of our classes, I actually asked a question. I currently cannot remember that question, Shabo. If you're joining for the first time, that's how the price of most of these digital assets are gotten. So you take the market cap, divide it by circulating supply, and then you get the price. It's as simple as that. Now, how does pump and dump works? Now, remember, I'm trying to walk us through a fundamental analysis and what it means. The question was on the current price of US. Yeah, this guy is really paying attention. Okay, I'll repeat the question because obviously I'll repeat the question because that is, you need to know how to calculate these things so that you can work with fundamental analysis. If you don't know how to calculate these things, your trading skills will not be complete because fundamental analysis has more impact in the prices of digital assets than technical analysis. Now, of course, no one knows it all. If you know another trader that believes it's not the way, feel free to share, with us and be like, hey, technical analysis has more impact in the prices of assets than fundamental analysis. But I'll give you a perfect example of how fundamental analysis has more impact than technical analysis. So let's see how we can trace our steps back to February. Now this is our chart, and this platform is called TradingView, just in case you're seeing it for the first time. And we are in the FTX market. For some reason, I can't see the old chart, but let me just see how I can move towards. This is 2019. I've gone out of the year already. Okay, now this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. All right. How does fundamental analysis affect the market? I was in the market this period, and then I actually bought, one of the rules in trading is there are different rules, obviously. So I remember this period. I actually bought Bitcoin around this period, around 8,000 plus. The markets dipped, and then I bought somewhere around here. I can remember I bought somewhere around here, and then the market went from here down here. This was well over 10% dip. People are waiting at the door. I need to let them in. It's, what am I saying? 10% from 8K to about what is this right now? About 4. Let me work with this candlestick here. So about 3.7. This is way this is way more than 50% dip, right? And as far as I'm concerned, I can remember this is the biggest dip in a short time we've ever had in cryptocurrency space. Someone is typing something in the chat. Let me see what it is. All right, so this was like one of the biggest dip ever, and I was in the market. So why did the market dip this much? Fundamental analysis. Now, when I entered this trade, technical analysis was like, yeah, it's good for you to enter, man. Just take a position. This thing has cut across. This is a well-known support, right? The support is here and support is here. So I entered the market, but fundamental analysis came in and broke everything that technical analysis said was possible, right? So what is fundamental analysis? Fundamental analysis are news or updates that could positively or negatively affect the price of a digital asset. I'll give you a perfect example, which I was already giving you. In February, US lawmakers, they heard a news. Let me get that news. US lawmakers dump shares, coronavirus. Now, see this news that came out some months ago. This is a perfect example of fundamental analysis. Technical analysis can never give you this kind of trading benefit or trading results. Guys, pay good attention, because what you're listening to, you're supposed to pay for it, and people are making nice money with this kind of information. So let me open this news. Whoever is writing on the screen deserves some beating right now. Okay, where's the news? Where's our news? Here's our news. So if you're not joining us, big welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Please, can we stop asking questions now to the end of the class? Yeah, please stop asking questions right now, but you can answer questions in case I ask anyone, because we have limited time. So fundamental analysis. The news says the Justice Department is reportedly investigating actions by US lawmakers who dumped stocks before the market plunged over coronavirus fears. Hope I wasn't too fast. If I was too fast, you can actually read it yourself in your mind. So I'll take that again. The Justice Department is reportedly investigating actions by US lawmakers who dumped stocks before the market plunged over coronavirus fears. Now, what does this mean? So obviously coronavirus was, a plan, right? And I also call it pandemic. So these guys, they heard about the news from China, right? And how that is going to affect the whole world. And then they also got to know that as a result of coronavirus, people will be asked to stay in their house. Companies will lose a lot of money because they cannot go to work, right? And I can remember how that the price of oil, just in case you were not online that period, if you were not online that period, I wonder what you were doing in this world. Oil price fell down to $0 for the first time in history. I was saying that for the first time in my life, in my full, okay. Now see, US oil prices are falling below $0 per barrel. If you were around that period, of course, most of you were around. If you saw this news that period, just type yes. Let me be sure I was not alone this period. It was really funny because price of oil fell to zero. As in, how does that happen? This is just one full manipulation. So they got the news and they were able to. Yeah, so many people are typing yes. Mr. Rex, Mr. Kenny, Mr. Celeste, Mr. Aaron Frank. They got the news that the markets. This is what they are going to do to the market. Now, how did they know that companies are going to be shut down? How did they know? Mr. Zach Innocent said the price fell to negative territory. Yes, it went to negative territory. You see, how did they know that this was going to be this bad? So these US lawmakers, they got the news firsthand before most of us in this part of the world, you see. So when they got the news and they saw how bad it's going to be, and they saw that companies are going to lose billions and billions of dollars as a result of shutdown from coronavirus, these guys took actions and started selling their shares in different companies that they had. You see? Now, those information or that information that they got that made them sell their shares is called fundamental analysis. That's what fundamental analysis is. So fundamental analysis are just news or events that affect the price of assets, of any kind of assets. You see, federal government can just wake up tomorrow and be like, we don't need mobile phones anymore in Nigeria. Now, before that news comes out to maybe the national networks or TV or Twitter, some people in that office that got the news that when maybe in the next 2 or 3 days they're going to give that announcement about mobile phones, those guys in that office can start selling off. Maybe if they have businesses that have to do with selling mobile phones, they can start selling them. That is what we call fundamental analysis. So there are news or information that affects the price of cryptocurrency or of digital assets. It must be cryptocurrency as a whole. Now, we've started hearing news of millennials or new generation investors saying Bitcoin is better than gold, or Bitcoin is the new gold. You see? Now, for those of you that have gold, or those of you that your parents have gold, it might be good for you to pay attention, because by the time bigger companies or countries start saying, I think we'll start using Bitcoin as a SOV. SOV means store of value. Don't stop using gold. By the time such news starts coming out, that is when you have to realize that the price of gold will keep going down while price of Bitcoin keep going up. Now, I'll give you a perfect example. I always have an example for everything. Several years ago, before the last financial crisis, one of the persons that made good amount of money in the last financial crisis was, I usually don't pronounce this guy's name. Rich Dad. What's his name? Whatever. Kiyonaka. Yeah, whatever. Robert Kiyo, whatever. I'm going to show you his account. That guy made a lot of money in the last financial crisis. Now, what did he do? Last time, yeah, Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Mr. Zaks. I'm not doing giveaways today. If not, I would have done Sinzu money on you today. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me get his account and let's see what he has been talking about within the last couple of months. What I want to show you guys is how to understand fundamental analysis. Oh, he's your mentor. That's nice. Mr. Chris says he's his mentor. So if he's your mentor, let's see what your mentor has been talking about within the past. What was that? Yeah, that's him right here. So what we're checking right now is fundamental analysis, using fundamental analysis to trade, right? So let's see what, now this guy is very famous because he survived and made a lot of money in the last, 3 people waiting, in the last world financial crisis. So in the last financial crisis, he invested in real estate and also in gold and silver. But let's see what he's talking about. This is 2020. The last financial crisis was in, I think, 2008, yeah, about. By 2008, 2009, I was busy trying to open my Facebook account while some smart guys around the world were busy buying Bitcoin. For those of you that opened your Facebook account in 2009, 2010, shame on you for not knowing about Bitcoin then. But see, that's why it's good to have smart friends. You know, I tell people, if good information, valuable information comes to you late, you need to change your click, right? Change your click. Now, just imagine, you know, you got to know about Bitcoin in 2010. By now, you'd have been, okay, let's not. Now, this is his account. Let's see what he has been talking about. Let's just, he said, this is August 22nd. Now, he said, Buffett buys to sell. He sells Coca-Cola, Geo Insurance, Gillette razor blades. He's now selling buried gold. Remember what I was talking about gold? Before we came to his chat, to his tweets, I was telling you that several years ago, our parents used to buy gold as store of value, you know, to keep their money safe. And there are countries around the world, so many countries that have their reserve in gold. But ladies and gentlemen, gold is losing its office, its kingdom to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the new gold. And this guy, Buffett, which is one of the richest guys in the world, is selling some of his shares in gold-backed companies, right? His gold costs $1,000 to mine, sells for $2,000. Barrick has tons of gold to sell into the future. Smart. How much gold, silver, Bitcoin do you have to sell in the future? Now, let's see some of that thing he's saying. Why Buffett is out of banks, you see, banks bankrupt, major banking crisis coming fast, Fed Treasury. At the end, he said, how much gold, silver, Bitcoin do you have? Now, why is he mixing the whole tree? Because gold has been there for a while and has been used as a store of value. Same thing as Bitcoin. Sorry, something as silver. So he recently just added Bitcoin. But obviously, Bitcoin has. Today is not the time. Today is not the class for Bitcoin. Maybe in the next class, I'm going to speak with Mr. Joe. I'm going to tell you guys why Bitcoin is the new gold. A lot of people don't know that, most especially in Africa. And there was a time I posted something last week. I was like, if you've never had billionaires in your family, cryptocurrency can bring out billionaires in your family, right? Because I'll give you a perfect example. In 2017, I bought a cryptocurrency called Ripple. I bought Ripple for $0.003. And I think I can't remember the actual figure, but I think I had about close to 2,000, 3,000 Ripple. Guess what, guys? About a year later, one Ripple went to, I think Ripple got to $3. I can't remember. Okay, let me go back to CoinMarketCap and check. Let's see. Now, we're talking about fundamental analysis, just in case you're just joining us. And we want to check how the prices of digital assets are affected by news. So I can see some charts in the comment section. Let me check that out while Ripple is loading. Yes, okay, okay. Wendy and Mr. Gabriel just confirmed that. Yeah, Ripple got to $4. Damn. So I had well over 2,000 Ripple. This was during my early days of cryptocurrency. I read a little bit about Ripple, but I'm not going to call their names. But some guys in Nigeria back then I was looking at them as this, blockchain cryptocurrency lords. But the truth is, guys, nobody knows it all, right? And if someone should tell you to buy a cryptocurrency, don't buy the cryptocurrency because he said so, except you can really look at this guy and be like, okay, this guy has a good reputation. This guy is non-biased, right? So don't just buy or sell because someone says this or that. Now, these crypto influencers, they are still much available today. So this guy was saying in his group that Ripple is a shit coin, Ripple is this, Ripple is that. And I actually sold on my Ripple. I bought it at 0.03 and I sold my Ripple at 0.1. I was in good profits, but I would have been in much more profit if I had sold at $3 or $4. Right? Now, just in case you're hearing this for the first time, you might be asking, can I still buy Ripple? I think you can still buy Ripple. Now, I'm using the word think because this is a general class. You're not my personal student, so I'm not giving you financial advice. So for my personal students, I can tell them either yes or no. But yeah, I'm using the word, I'm using think, so you can either buy or not to buy. What I personally think that Bitcoin, Ripple is going to get back to $3, $4, if not $10. When will this happen? I personally don't know, but maybe in another class I will show you how. Um, okay, so many things to talk about. So Ripple got to $3 plus. Now, why did I sell my Ripple? The reason I sold my Ripple is called fundamental analysis. I heard the news. I heard someone chatting in another group calling Ripple a shitcoin, that Ripple doesn't have any future. Ripple is centralized. Ripple is this and Ripple is that. And I sold my Ripple. The reason I sold my Ripple is called fundamental analysis. So these are news or information that affects the price of crypto. You see, there are so many cryptocurrencies today where that people call shitcoin, people call shitcoin, but in real sense, those coins are not actually shitcoins. People call other coins shitcoins not because they're actually shitcoins or centralized, but because most times maybe they missed out on it, or they personally don't like the guy behind the cryptocurrency, or for no reason. Yes, I've been in this cryptocurrency space since 2016, so I know exactly what I'm telling you. Right, so I'll show you an example of fundamental analysis of this one happened way back in February, March. So because of the coronavirus news, those that got the news the first time, they sold before us, right? They sold before us, and that was really, really sad. Now, this is a negative impact. Now, the question is, what about a positive side of it, right? Now, what if you got a news? Now, this is going to be a general classwork. Now, those that have been attending my class, you should know the answer to this question already. But let others answer first, if you know the answer already. Because I'm assuming everybody here is coming for the first time. So I'm going to go back to CoinMarketCap. And if you're not joining us, this session is fully sponsored and powered by FTX. FTX is a trading platform where you can trade crypto assets and commodities. Indeed. Yeah, yeah. Please hold on. If you can hear me, I'm trying to fix one or two things. Sorry. Yeah, just bear with me, please. I'm trying to fix something. So just hold on. All right, welcome back. Sorry, I was trying to fix something. Okay, now I want to give a quick class assignment. If you've been following, I actually said something about how the prices of cryptocurrencies are gotten, right? And I'm going to give a quick class assignment so that you understand how fundamental analysis works. So I've given us examples of fundamental analysis and how they actually affected the price of crypto negatively. So now let's work with the positive news. Now, I'm going to use Chainlink, and then you guys are going to give me the answer. If you've been following, you should know how to get the answer. Now, here's the news that came up recently. Okay, let me say that it's about to come up. Why is this crashing? So let's say you go to Twitter, and then you saw a news that the U.S. government, they're about to invest 502 trillion dollars into Chainlink. What would the price of Chainlink be? Now you saw the news that they want to invest $2 trillion into Chainlink. What do you think the price of Chainlink will be? This is a perfect example of fundamental analysis. Of course, it will pump. Yes, it will pump, definitely. But it will pump to what price? Because we are learning how to trade. So we want to know how to set our price targets, right? When should I go up the market? At what price should I be aiming for? Do I think the price will double? Do I think the price will triple? Do I think the price will grow by 4x, 5x, or 10x? So some traders don't like cashing the top of the market. If you trade, and some traders, someone like me, if I know a coin will do 10x, I will sell my sell order at 8x. I don't want the remaining two. Thank you. I'm really grateful. Right. So tell us.
It's 1 o'clock.
Thank you. As part of this class, what will the price of Chainlink be, so I can know how to enter the market and when to exit? So it's a class work. The first person to get it will get a gift from FTX. Now remember, this course, this session is sponsored by FTX. It's a trading platform where you can trade cryptocurrencies. You can see link is even there. What's the question? So the question is, the US government is about to invest $2 trillion into Chainlink. What would the price of Chainlink be? $2 trillion. What would the amount of Chainlink be when this happens? And also question number two, the market capitalization of gold is about $8 trillion. And then the biggest bank in US is about to pull out $1 trillion and change their SOV, their store of value, from gold to Bitcoin. If or when this thing happens, what will be the price of Bitcoin? Now, these are two perfect examples of fundamental analysis. Now, someone has dropped an answer. He said, Mr. Celestino Obika says the price will pump by 20x. So how did you get 20x? Feel free to unmute yourself. Let me see. How do I get you to unmute yourself right now? If you know the answer, please feel free to unmute yourself and let's learn together. Who knows? I might not even know the answer. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Celestine said the price of 20x. Why will it 20x? Why not 50? Why not 10? Why 20x? Let's learn. This is fundamental analysis class. Hello. It is you I'm waiting for. Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The price will go 100x actually.
100x. Damn.
Yes.
Okay. How? Why?
Because if we are to divide the amount the government is trying to impute by the circulating supply, it will skyrocket the price of Chainlink.
So how many x? 100x?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Osaf says 100x. Okay, someone else, Zax Innocent Chima says it's 200x. Why 200x? Why 200x? Okay, I will just quickly give the answer.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, please.
You said the government is about like pumping like $2 trillion.
Yeah.
Already the market cap of Chainlink is roughly $5.5 billion from this screen share. So
can I give the
roughly
answer?
means like
I want to know the
like 200.
exact price.
Can I give the answer?
No. Let him finish. Let him finish. I want to know the exact price. I want to know 200x.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, please. Shoot your shots.
Okay, actually it will be around 1,000x, not even 200, like 1,000x, like 2 trillion, like 1,000x.
So, are you trying to say the price of Chainlink will be $1,000 plus?
Yes, with 2 trillion infused in it, something like that.
Okay, so any other person?
Okay, I'm here.
Like $4,000 actually, like $4,000 actually.
Okay, Mr. Zack.
Can I give answer?
Yeah, Mr. Gabriel, please shoot your shots.
Okay. After
hello, sir. Drop my own comment too.
Hello.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Adding 2 trillion to the total market cap right now, Chainlink will give you the total amount. Then divide by the market cap presently now, to give you 5,722 to a coin, to a Chainlink coin.
Whoa. Fine. Let's try that. Let's try that. I think that is correct, but let's try it together. So you say you take the market cap. I've taken the market cap already. Now $2 trillion is how many zeros? 9, right? 9. Is it 9?
I think so.
No. Who went to school here? How many zeros is in $2 trillion? Any who went to school around here? Let's see.
Hello?
12. Yeah, Mr.
12 is 12.
12. All right.
12.
12.
8, 9, 10, 11,
Oh,
12.
yeah, what's that? Are they coming Sunday now?
Alone sorrow.
12. I think it's 12.
Yeah, 12. Now
Okay. What time?
let's see what the answer.
12:51, 12:51.
What is this guy calculating? Yep. So this is the market cap. So you now divide a market cap by which is 350
million.
Yeah.
350 million.
Yep. So I'm going to divide it by 350
million. No.
So the price will be 5,729.9.
Yeah, that's my price. That's my price.
Yeah. Someone should please, Mr. Juwon, please take notes. I will give Mr. Gabriel gift. I hope the gift is not one full Bitcoin. If it is, please don't forget to share with me.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm with you, please.
Hello, sir.
Okay, shoot your shot.
Someone, I got the answer now. Just that we didn't. I didn't take time to do the calculation and all that. It's simply your put the.
Hello, sir. Same here. Check the comment side. I comment about that one. That you add the market cap. Just check the comment side, sir.
Let me see. But no one gave me the. I wanted.
No time to calculate it. That's the problem. Just check it. Check the comment side, sir.
Okay, I'm checking.
Hello, sir.
Nobody wrote 5,000 plus. Now, okay, let me.
No, we didn't.
No, now we didn't wrote it, but we mentioned everything. How you're going to calculate it?
Okay, let me
Because the market cap was in
4 and see what the answer is. 15.
I'm a meeting. Man, I see we really wrote it.
This is 300.
So I got the answer.
300x. I don't think anybody did 300x. The highest I saw here is
No, Esther, you are correct, but just check the comment side because you mentioned how you're going to calculate it.
What to check?
My mind don't just do this meeting. This
2
answer is just
trillion
simple answer.
divided by market cap. Just take it.
300x. I'll put it.
I got the answer.
Okay, guys.
Waiting money go cause all this country there.
All right, so do you guys understand what?
Guys, you know.
Let me show you guys a practical, real case. What I'm saying now will happen. Mark my words. What I'm about to say now will happen. Now, I told you guys that people are beginning to see Bitcoin as a new gold, right? Now, remember, we're talking about technical and fundamental analysis, and we've spent so much time on fundamental analysis already. Now, Bitcoin as a gold. There have been a lot of
So that's Hadia Magaji.
sorry.
3 bag.
All right. So, what I'm saying now is going to happen. Mark my words. If after listening to this thing today, you don't start buying Bitcoin, that means I'll need to look for a way to come to your village and check if there's any tree where they tied your name to a tree so that we can do 1 or 2 Satoshi deliverance to plug you out of that tree. If after listening to what I want to say right now, right? Bet me it's going to happen. Now, how will you know what will be the benefits with this? It's by understanding this fundamental analysis sheets that we're talking about today. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's move right into it. So gold has a far greater tenor than Bitcoin. Obviously, know that. But the truth is, when it comes to investment, it doesn't matter who came to the market first, right? It doesn't matter. For example, the first phone that came out that you guys used to buy in those days to check those fine girls on your streets, those are not the phones we use today. The first house that was built in Nigeria is not the first house that we have today, right? So because gold was used as a standard of for store of value, for well over 2,000 years, doesn't mean it will remain the standard, in the next 2,000 or maybe 5 to 10 years. You see? Now, how do we know how this affects the price of Bitcoin? Very simple. All you need to do is, okay, in the next class, please don't miss the next class. The next class, I'm going to tell you why Bitcoin is a better version of gold. Please don't miss the next class we're going to have. Invite your friends, and should you invite your families or your enemies? If you invite enemies and they have more Bitcoin than you, that's an issue. Anyways, invite people you can invite. Now, how will this affect the price of Bitcoin? Now, see, the first thing you need to know is, what is the market cap of Bitcoin? No, of gold. We are talking about fundamental analysis right now. The market cap of gold is $9 trillion. Oh, Father Lord Jesus. $9 trillion. And in the next class, I will teach us how Bitcoin is a better version of gold. But before that next class, let's find out if Bitcoin is better, or which we are trying to find out. And let's see the market cap of Bitcoin. Market cap of Bitcoin is currently less than $500 billion. So if half of the market cap of gold comes into Bitcoin, yeah, and also the total supply of gold is unlimited. Thank you, Mr. Chisams. If half of the market cap of gold comes into Bitcoin, what will be the price of Bitcoin? If after calculating this thing today, you don't start buying Bitcoin, then we'll definitely need to come to your village. So this is a classwork. Let's quickly do that. What will be the price of Bitcoin if half the market capitalization of gold comes into Bitcoin? So let's see if we can quickly do that. Okay, what you're trying to calculate is I'm going to unmute everybody so you can, if you have the answer, you can actually speak forth.
To be 428,571.
Okay, who is speaking, please?
Chris, 488,571.
488,000.
28,571. Yeah, that's correct.
Wow, 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 wow. Now, how many X is that? 488,000 what?
428,571.
428,571. Now, what's the price of Bitcoin currently? Is about 11,500. So let's see, 11,500. Let me see how many X that would give us. That would give us 37X. That means if you invest $100 today, and this happens, your $100 will change to $3,726. You see? Now, here's the question. How will this affect other cryptocurrencies? Now, here's what you need to know. By the time we go into practical sessions on how to trade on FTX, I'm going to show you how small changes in the price of Bitcoin, how small changes in the price of Bitcoin affect other cryptocurrencies drastically, right? So, yeah, $428,000 is really massive. It's really massive. All right, guys. So today, if you're not joining us, we'll be talking about fundamental and technical analysis, and all the while we'll be focusing on fundamental analysis, right? Because I feel fundamental analysis has more impact in the price of crypto assets than technical analysis. And of course, if you join our first class, we actually stated and highlighted that no trader can actually call the top or the bottom of the market, but you can actually predict what the top or the bottom could be, right? So this is supposed to be 1 hour class, and I'm going to use this time out to call out for questions. So if you have questions, feel free, even if the question is not related to today's topic. If it's related to the last topic we had, please feel free to ask your question. Let's go for it.
Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity, sir. I actually want to ask now, based on since we've talked about fundamental analysis, so you said it's based on news, it's kind of a tool that affects the price of a cryptocurrency based on news or event that is happening. So now the thing is that those who have first-hand information are much, let me put it this way, are much at advantage, okay, in maybe speculating accurately, or let me put it this way, speculating the price movement of this cryptocurrency. So what do you suggest? How can one get first-hand information to any news or event that's surrounding a cryptocurrency?
All right, so if I got a question, you're asking how does one get first-hand information, right?
First-hand information, yes.
Yeah.
Because those who get first-hand information are at advantage than people who get it late.
All right. First of all, to get first-hand information, you have to be extremely rich. Right? Or you're connected to those that are extremely rich. Because the truth is, they control the market. You see, they control the markets. So that is where you create relationships, right? You create relationship with influential people, right? One of the easiest ways to start creating this relationship is on platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter. right? So if you see someone like Robert Kiyosaki, or maybe people that control the banks, all these big guys, you can actually follow them on Twitter, right? Get to see what they like posting about, what they've been talking about. Now, they might not really say, I hate Bitcoin or I hate gold, but from their tweets, you'll be able to tell, okay, this guy actually, I think he likes Bitcoin or he doesn't like Bitcoin. You can tell, they usually give hints, into what they want to do, right? So that's one of the easiest ways to get first-class information, depending on what you're trading. If you're into cryptocurrency, make sure you follow those that are controlling the space. Because whether I like it or not, people are actually controlling the space in cryptocurrency. Follow these guys. Find out what they're talking about. What is their next big move? What are they trying to leave? Example, I was working in a company before where they wanted to build a blockchain, a Nigerian-based company. They wanted to use a blockchain, and they said they were going to use proof of work. And I told them, yes, proof of work is good, but what you're trying to do is use a very good old technology, anything like that. Proof of work is old, right? So following these guys on Twitter will help you know what they are moving on to. If you're not following all these guys, you will not know that Ethereum is trying to leave proof of work to proof of stake, right? If you're not following, the truth is you just follow them. If you're into gold trading or silver trading, follow these guys that are top traders or that are that own huge amounts of these different assets to see what they are talking about, what they are afraid of, what their sentiments are about these different assets, right?
All right, thank you.
Hello, Summer. Please, thanks. I want to know how you got the X. Please teach us how to calculate X using your analysis so far.
What is X? Hello?
Yeah, how to calculate X, like 10x, 100x.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. So here's what I do. Yeah, just give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. So if you can remember this calculation that we did, there's a calculation that we did where we wanted to know what the price of Bitcoin would be. And according to our calculation, we got 428,471,571. So let me put it here. Now this is what the price of Bitcoin will be if we hit that target. Right? If we hit that target. Now, if we divide it by the current price of Bitcoin, if we divide it by the current price of Bitcoin, that would give you, now someone just joined this call. I don't know if it's the real one, if it's the real person, but if it is who I'm thinking it is, welcome, sir, Mr. Chimeze. Thanks for honoring our class. Thanks for joining our session today. Mr. Chimeze is one of the leading blockchain leaders, technology in Nigeria. He's making things happen in the crypto space locally and globally, right? When it comes to Lightning Network, running Bitcoin, Mr. Chimeze is the number one person to run to. Please do us the honor of just saying hello to the house. Welcome, Mr. Chimeze. If that is real you know what I'm saying?
Yes, Sam. Nice to join you guys, and I'm here to learn. No, I sit down here at your feet. You're gonna teach me how now they take spin these millions. So
we have to learn from
Bayo, I greet you. You're doing well.
Mr. Bayo, say hello to the house, please. Mr. Bayo is doing low key.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice to connect with everybody.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for joining our class today.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so how I got the 10x, what I did was we did our forecast. I'm sure you understood how we did the forecast. Please, if you didn't understand how we did the forecast, we'll be uploading this video on YouTube. You can actually scroll back. So when we did the forecast, we got about $428,000. And this, let me show you the $428,000. This is the $428,000. And then we'll not divide that by the current price, which is $11,000 plus. If you do that, you'll get the X. So this is 37X. So if half the market price, so if half the market cap of gold, which is $9 trillion, gets into Bitcoin, assuming the circulating supply remains constant, that means the price of one Bitcoin with 37X. That was how we got it. I hope that was easy for you to understand. Any other question? Because we have
great, Gaia.
Any other question?
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Shoot your shot.
Okay. Good afternoon. I want to know if there is a website that can give some vital information like that, because I trade forex, but there are websites like that. I don't know if there are websites like this, like apart from the brokers that give those informations and the social media platforms.
Yeah, sure, definitely. There are a lot of platforms where you can actually get this news, right? This fundamental analysis, because today we'll be talking about fundamental analysis. In that class, we're moving on to technical analysis. So there are a lot of platforms, but the best thing to do is to go to Twitter yourself. You know, follow these guys on Twitter, but I will make some recommendations on some media platforms where you can use or websites to get. But the issue with going through media platforms is because what if the information you're getting gets diluted? For example, I'll give you a perfect example. One of the top bankers in the world actually called Bitcoin a rat poison. You see, he called it a rat poison. Now, if you were just following what the media says, you would have been deceived, you know, maybe sell off all your Bitcoin, right? What if that media platform is owned by the opposing side, or by the critical parts, by critics, you know, of that particular asset? What would you do? You see, so it's better to get the news directly. I always tell people, do your own research, get your news directly from the source, right? If Vitalik Buterin, who is the founder of Ethereum, might come up and say something maybe that is really positive about Ethereum, and one other news website or media platform could tweak that news and make it sound negative, right? So it's good to get it from the horse's mouth. This is me just giving you, I have a media site, but I'm actually not calling it. I'm just trying to let you know to get it from the source yourself. But there are some legit and sincere media site that would give you the news exactly how it is, and also try to help you understand how they are, right? But today is not the day for that. But there's going to be another session for fundamental analysis, which will continue in the next session, because we can't take everything today. But for now, let's just work with Twitter, and then we'll move on from there.
All right, thank you, sir. I have questions, sir. Mr. Sam.
This one that you call my name before you start. Hope I've not done anything wrong, Sha, but
Nothing. So I want to ask about XXP swipe. This coin have been releasing information, positive information for a while now, and the way they are releasing the information, the coin continues to dump. Can we say that fundamental analysis is still more impactful than technical analysis for this coin? Thanks, sir.
Well, it depends. It depends on what the information is. It depends on what the cryptocurrency is doing, the problem they are trying to solve, and who controls major share in that cryptocurrency. Now, if you've heard of ICO, right? Now, what people do when it comes to coin distribution, that's why coin distribution in a cryptocurrency or token distribution is a big challenge. It's a very, very big challenge. Now, look at what people do. If you have a cryptocurrency, and that cryptocurrency, a large percentage of that cryptocurrency is in the hands of few individuals, that means the future of that exactly, it is called tokenomics. If a large percentage of that cryptocurrency lies in the hands of just few individuals, if you like, release the best news in the world, if you like, say that you're going to change Buhari to become as good as Donald Trump, no matter how good the news is, those guys will say, we don't care, and they'll dump the coin, right? So fundamental analysis might be good, right? And people might just choose to say, okay, we want to play by this, we want to, do the other thing, go the other way around, right? So no one is saying fundamental analysis is 100% true, because who knows, the dumping might come from the founders themselves. They might tell you, hey, we're releasing so and so, and our coin or our project or our blockchain is going to start making Ethereum function exactly like Bitcoin, right? The more as they're releasing that news, they know people are going to buy, and as you're buying, the founders are dumping, right? So you have to be careful, because of course, fundamental analysis is not just enough. Technical analysis is not just enough. You have to do your own research, and doing your own research goes beyond fundamental and technical analysis. That's why Mr. Chris wrote the DYOR. All right, so one more question, then we'll call it.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. All right, one more question I have. All right, so in absence of questions, I would like to thank the FTX team for making this session available. Unfortunately, we can only take fundamental analysis today. In the next class, we'll take technical analysis. And before we go, I call him the godfather of blockchain in Africa. I would like Mr. Chimizeshuta to give one or two advice to upcoming traders, because there are a lot of traders that think, new traders that think, trading is just a way that you can become rich overnight, which we that have been trading, we know it is not so. You have to take some precautionary measures, right? You have to know one or two things. So please, sir, just give us one or two advice, one or two things that these new guys coming into the space, hope you sit on the call, yeah, they need to know, one of the things they need to know, and then we'll call it today. Thank you, Mr. Chimizeshuta, in advance.
All right, Sam, thanks a lot for what you have been doing so far. I like your energy. I like your enthusiasm, and also enjoy the fact that you freely like to share your knowledge and understanding. I always keep telling people that the best way to advance in this space is to share the knowledge of what you have at the level you know that thing. If your knowledge, if things changes tomorrow, you can always update that knowledge, and nobody is an expert, so to speak, in this industry. Everybody is learning, because this is a completely new concept. So even somebody who claims to be an expert could fumble overnight without even apology. It's just that people don't share their downside stories as much as they share their success stories. Now, my advice to most people who trade or who want to get involved in trading is that you need to sit down first and understand this entire concept. You need to do a lot of reading, a lot of research. You don't need to be dull in terms of catching up on new information. If there is anything that you don't know, let it be that it is not the thing that you want to invest your money in. For anything you want to invest your money in, try as much as possible to learn about those things. Read and sufficiently seek the accurate information from sources like people who are doing such things like trading, people who are trading with results, positive results, okay? People who have something to show for being in that industry. And also take a look at their past records. How long have they been doing it? It's common today to see people saying, inbox me if you want to learn how to trade. join my group if you want to get signals. How long have these people been involved? Expert knowledge goes with time and experience. Okay, so you need to look at people who have been doing this thing for the past 1 year, past 2 years, past 3 years, okay, for you to know that if this person has been doing this thing for this long, it must be sustainable. Otherwise, how could he have sustained himself? And those are the kind of people you should lend your ears to learn from, okay? Then the next thing is, okay, you need to find out the type of human being you are. Okay, we are different kinds of people and we react to different kinds of things. Okay, if your heart is not made of steel, if your heart is designed with probably wood or paper, then you shouldn't bother about trading. But you need to check, what kind of heart do I have? Is it made of steel? Is it made of iron? What type of heart do I have? Because you really need to have the right type of heart to be able to stay profitable when you begin to trade. Because sometimes, you know, a heart that is not strong enough could just make a move that could be a decider of your fate. I mean, you may just think that this market is going against you. Let me take out my money before I lose. Okay. The next thing you're seeing is you take out your money and the next movement there, you'll be wishing, oh, that I did. Okay. Next, you may say, okay, this market is doing extremely well. Let me just stay there. It will go further. It will go further. Okay. You don't know the kind of person you are. The next move can just decide and the market goes against you. So you need to sit down. Then learn risk management. What kind of risk can you tolerate when you want to trade? I always advise not to put all your eggs in one basket. You know, crypto trading is one industry that it's difficult for you to see people who can do exactly as they say. Okay, but when it comes to talking and offering advice and training people, it's top notch. But in their own personal experience, they commit these blunders every day. So you need to sit down and ask yourself, what kind of person I am? How can I manage my emotion when I want to trade? And before I click that button to buy or click that button to sell, ask yourself, have you taken all the necessary steps that you need to take in order to ensure that this action you want to take now will be to the best interest of your person and the trade that you are either exiting or entering? There's a lot more to do and also learn. And I'll keep encouraging everybody to keep at it. This industry is not about to go down. It's only going one way, and that one way is the way up. So we have not even started scratching the surface at all. FTX is one of the best exchanges that I have ever seen. And within the last few months that I've been using the exchange for my trading, I've seen tremendous kinds of returns that if you start sharing those kinds of information with people, they will think that you're just blowing your trumpet. But it's a fact. And they are just about to start what they are set to do in the crypto industry. Okay, so I also want to use the opportunity to invite every one of you to the upcoming conference. And we're going to be having a crypto roundtable where people like Sam, people like Bayo will be sitting down to share tips of crypto trading that only the masters in the industry will know about. Okay, you just find out how you can register for it. The information will be available for you on different platforms. FTX is one of the sponsors of the conference itself, so it's in order for us to announce the conference. Yeah, so you'll be seeing the links on FTX community, and of course, the press release will be available on Light Blocks, which Sam Joseph also owns. So I thank every one of you once again for the opportunity to listen to you. And anytime these sessions are on, I'll do my best to join and earn my own 2 kobo. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you very much, sir. We're really grateful. And I don't know how soon we can get the details for the event, but if we can get it real soon, we'll share it on the Telegram group. Mr. Adebayo will share it in the Telegram group. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. If there will be any form of giveaway, of course, someone has already won something. If there will be any other giveaway, you will get to the Telegram group. Let me see if I can quickly get the Telegram group. Okay, I've gotten it. Please do make sure you join the Telegram group. That's the link right there. And also read this article. It's a very simple article. And why traders lose investors' money. The investor, you could be your own investor, right? Please make sure you have a nice day, right? Thanks for coming around.